welcome to the Aftershow. What? Didn't I? Oh God, guys, we're on the wrong set. Hold on, we gotta move.
What?
Go. Hello, and thanks for sticking around for the Aftershow. This is the podcast where we talk about all of our recent projects, the epic highs and lows, deceptions and reveals, and really anything else that we can think of that we think you might find interesting. And today's subject, if it wasn't obvious, is going to be the DeBaiters. Yeah, that was pretty good. So I'd like to make a nice little welcome back to a bunch of our cast members here who if you watched DeBaiters Season 1, you'd recognize. Of course, I am Leaf, Moss Knight, she, her. I was one of the hosts of Season 1 of DeBaiters and co-creators. To my right is Spencer, Labrat, the other co-creator and host of DeBaiters. To Spencer's right, we have Lex, who is one of our fantastic competitors, baiters. And finally, of course, on the far right, we have Very Twisted Dude, Liam, who was yet another amazing baiter who we had on Season 1. Welcome, you guys, to the Aftershow.
Hey, glad to be here.
Yippee! As you can tell, we all look a little fancier than we did when you saw us last. Well, of course, that's because we're making sure the hair and makeup department's ready for us for Season 2, which will be coming soon. But before we can make more of DeBaiters, it's good to take a step back and look at what we did. And look at what was fun, what was scary, and everything in between. So let's start with a simple little icebreaker. Whoever wants to buzz in, just say floppy fish, and it's all you. What were everyone's favorite debates that we did?
Floppy fish. I gotta say, I really enjoyed doing the PC versus consoles one. That was quite fun.
The console wars. Yes.
I feel like I snuck under everyone's noses a little bit there, and I'm quite proud of that. I don't know how far off topic I really got when it all boils down to it, but I did good. It worked.
It's okay. There's probably like several, I was gonna say minutes, but it's probably like hours of footage of me going wildly off topic and yelling at you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's well, we can get back to that when we talk about behind the scenes content. The Spencer hostility cut, it's real. We need to start petitioning.
We need a clip compilation of Spencer getting angry with doom music, like music of a cartoon boss or something, like a boss battle, like boss battle music.
I was gonna suggest you should do what my old friend Gabby from my tech school did and called it, which was evil editing.
Nice. Okay, I'm here for
it's
evil
exactly
editing.
It's exactly what it sounds like, but it's like vaguely reality TV style, with like the impact noises and stuff. But it's just like I do think at some point over this you need to insert a cut clip of me being evil. But I think
more work.
One of my favorite, yeah, as per usual. I'm trying to think of what one of my favorite debates were, but I really enjoyed all of them. I don't remember which one it was, but the first one I did, I think, was very fun.
The first one that you played in, or the first one that you hosted? Because those are two different answers.
Hosted. The first one I hosted, I think, despite maybe that'll be more behind the scenes stuff, me freaking out was very fun because I did cement my place as anarchy host very quickly.
It's a good cover story for when you forget the rules.
It is. And also, I made the rules, so actually whatever I say goes. I did write them. So.
Which is translation to check your work before you start, kids.
My favorite probably has to be when Spencer and I won together on pizza. I think it was the pizza topping one.
That was beautiful.
That one was so good.
That was beautiful. And
I don't think I've lost a single game as a debater.
You are really good at it.
I think that's true. You were how many times were you a baiter?
Quite a few. Like around 3 times, I think.
Damn. Because I remember the pizza time and the time that it was you and I, and then I do believe there was one other.
Okay, then maybe 4, because I wasn't even thinking about the one of you and I.
Yeah.
So.
Because that was the one where I threw you for a loop and voted for you, so that way they thought that you
So
definitely
evil.
were. It's for the drama.
It was a good one. I do like when we won. That was really fun. We were just like DM each other, being like, we have to do this, we have to do this, and then we were like, yes. It was awesome.
It would be awesome if the DMs were shown, like the DMs between the debaters was shown in between, but it would reveal who's the debater to the audience early, which I don't know if that is okay, but I think it'd be kind of funny.
You can cut the names out pretty easily.
True.
That's true.
Smart.
Like anonymous text messages. Now, see, now that's a good idea. Because imagine you're watching an episode and then you just see a text message from an unknown player that says, "I'm about to shit my pants," and then you'd have no idea who said it.
Everyone will know it's me.
You're right. No,
Exactly.
What was
we'll be able to smell it. We'll know it's Barry.
Barry, what was your?
Underestimate.
Barry had a specific tell for when he was the baiter. It was something about being sticky or sweaty.
Ew.
Greasy. Well, it was greasy.
Yeah. Because the one
slimy.
time I actually won as a baiter was, I said the iconic line, "Grease it up, baby," which has absolutely no context unless you watch the little cut episode there.
So well, yeah. Well, I mean, we might as well just touch on that now. I'm not going to drag the audience to it, but there was one episode in our 14-episode season. There was a secret episode 15 that did not make it onto the YouTube because of some technical difficulties and all sorts of other things. But it's still there, and we've still got it for you. So if you just happen to be on a walk around your neighborhood and you take a left down TCR Patreon Avenue, you might just find the secret bonus episode of DeBaiters, in which case you will get context as to how Barry got so greasy.
Was it Sean? Did Sean do it?
50-50.
I don't remember. I don't remember. But if I do remember while editing this podcast, I will put it on. I'll put the answer on screen.
When I went on way too strong with that grease thing.
Hey.
Way too damn strong.
Hey, you come in
beautiful.
strong. Sometimes that's just the way the game's gotta go.
That's freaky. That's freaky.
I think that was the only episode where... I mean, it was the only episode that had to be cut. Everything else went pretty smoothly. Some people's audio qualities varied, but that episode that we cut, we had one player who... their microphone of choice, I believe, was like a just 500 watt microwave. Yeah. Which made it pretty hard for everyone else to hear what they were saying, and thus would not have been super enjoyable, but...
Yeah, and in that cut episode, I went on like a whole grease rant or something.
Now, did that actually happen, or are you baiting me right now?
I don't know. Am I?
Guess we'll all have to go down to TCR Patreon Avenue and find out for certain. That's what it's sounding like to me. Did anybody...
I do have a question for... Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask if anyone didn't give their favorite debate yet, but please ask your question.
I was gonna ask Barry something.
Go for it.
In your opinion, is cheesecake a cake?
Oh
no.
We can't do this.
We can come back to this.
Here.
We can come back to this.
This was offline. For reference, that was like a 20-minute after. Yeah, that was like an after debate, 20 minutes of still debating and heavy discussion. I had to go to bed because I had work, and I look, and there's half of y'all still in there. And I was like, guys, we at some point we've got to stop. Like, it truly.
Not until the debate is settled. Anyway,
I don't remember my entire stance, but I think I chose cake because of
yes,
topping and whatnot, like all the things you can do to a cake, and it's more like in that avenue.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
I'm pie.
Yes.
All you pie fans can suck it.
Well, I will. I will suck my fingers that are covered in pie because I put my fingers in pie.
Ew.
I meant to just say thumb.
What are you, like that corner?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That is what I was trying to allude to. Now, okay, I was only in 3 debates myself, but I think I think my favorite was the dogs and cats one.
Pibble.
Yeah, that one was really funny. That one just had a lot of really
Wash
stupid,
my
awesome
belly.
moments. Wash my belly. I liked seeing Will turn on Pibble.
Wash my belly.
This is gonna be a stupid question. Lex, is that the one that we were the debaters in?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
You were talking about Shadow the whole time, and I was
That's right,
I was
that's
singing
right.
Pipple's. Did you understand that I was singing the hyperpop Pipple song?
I don't think I clocked that specifically. No.
Oh.
That's awesome though. Yeah, I think I like Dog vs. Cats just because that one was, of the three I played, that one was like the easiest to form an argument around because the other ones I was in were Are Ghosts Real and Is Cereal Soup, and I was put on Cereal is Soup and the team of Ghosts Are Real, which are both two things I don't believe in. Dogs vs. Cats, though, I could have made an argument for either. It just so happened I was blessed to get to defend my beautiful cat, Shadow. So I liked that one. And I was teamed up with Lex, and it doesn't really get better than that.
I was kind of jealous that you got Team Cat, I'm not gonna lie.
I was kind of pissed that Spencer obviously set us up to have it the other way around, and then Spencer baited us.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember how I picked half these things. It was
All I know is that for a fact during the
Divine-
Ghosts one, you were absolutely going to make my team don't believe in ghosts, and then I know for a fact Red threatened you, because in the recording you said, sorry, technical difficulties, and then you suddenly, like, had a completely different tone. So I know that you were sent, like, a bomb threat, for sure.
I don't know about that. I do know that I was messaged, but I don't know if it genuinely had an effect on what I was putting where, or if I just didn't have an actual decision, and I was like, yeah, that works.
From the editing seat, it definitely read as you had a plan, and then you were given a DM of like, do not put me on that side. Do not put me on that side.
I've never had a plan in my life. See, that's where you're wrong. There's a reason that in most of my debates afterwards, I get messages that are, I really don't like that I keep getting put on the thing that I don't agree with, and I'm like, sorry.
That's debate, baby.
See,
That's
we-
crazy.
It's truly, well, and it's not like a bunch of people. It is oftentimes literally my partner going, I don't like this, and I go, well, you're there.
So we could
Or
resolve
people-
this by doing a survey of like people's opinions. However, that would make the game boring.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
yeah,
like the random.
Yeah.
While our leave, because we were the hosts, so while our lovely contestants are here, hey guys, who's your favorite host? New debate.
Oh no.
It's okay,
I have
guys.
to pick a favorite.
You don't have to pick one.
It's really actually
Or-
I think you guys should
Apple would
debate
choose the
why
host?
you think that you're each a better host.
I was just making a joke, but I am gonna pose a better question of what do you no, like this is a genuine question though. Of like,
I like this
or
segment.
if you just like,
Glaze us.
yeah,
you
like
just
if
want
you
me to
just
slob on it. Jeez.
Whoa!
You can also give
Yeah.
you can also give constructive criticism of like, hey, please don't ever do that again. That's also
Do you
valid.
at least have a hair tie?
Okay. Whoa. Okay. As a matter of fact, I do. But here, let me tag on to this and make it a little more specific, because I feel like opening the floor to, hey, criticize us. I don't actually want that right now. I'm not in the headspace for that. But here's a question that I am very curious about from our players, because our debates are run in very different ways. So, Barry, I know you're only in 3, and I, off the top of my head, I'm forgetting what some of them were.
I've been with. Yeah.
But unrelated to which host it was, which style did you guys prefer of debate? Did you prefer debates where you were given a this or that, or where you were given a broader concept, what's the best of blank?
I feel like it's easier to be the baiter on an open style one, because you can just throw off the team by throwing out the most bullshit, like random answers. Like for the pizza one, I went very basic, and I'm pretty sure I said like anchovies and like pineapple, which are two very common ones. And then I tried to sway us to go with pineapple on top of it. And then on top of that, when we were choosing who we thought was bad, I blamed the rest of my team for choosing anchovies and pineapple.
You were the master gaslighter, I fear.
So
me,
in the actual
I-
rule of the game, we call it the masturbator. But go on, yes.
I love that name. For me, it's kind of I appreciated the broader thing in the overrated sitcom episode because it really let me tap into what minuscule knowledge I had of like the Big Bang Theory. But
I love Big
shout
Bang
outs to
Theory.
Sheldon. Sheldon, get on screen.
yeah, young Sheldon
And
pop
Amy.
off.
Oh my
I
gosh,
I love
don't.
Amy.
Okay, yeah, I'll just put a picture of the whole cast on screen. There you go.
Yay!
They're
Can you
gone,
put
it's
our
okay.
faces on them?
All right, let me bring it
I
back.
don't know
All
if I
right,
want that.
tag
Like,
yourself.
who's-
I will be Penny.
I
I
will
think-
be
Real quick, don't let
Leonard.
this segment drag. Okay, perfect.
You're gonna be Leonard. No, I can't be Baljeet. I'm too white.
Baljeet? Wait, whoa! Baljeet? You mean Raj?
It was Raj.
You mean
It was
Raj?
And I said Baljeet.
Complete-
Baljeet's from fucking
Phineas and Ferb, yeah.
I'm horrible. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
That's where we found you.
Fuck.
I'm more sitting here worried that I'm gonna end up being Sheldon.
Yeah, sorry, because you're not picking one, we're assigning you. So I'll be Penny, you'll be Sheldon. Barry will be Leonard. Okay, that's enough of that segment. But a wonderful. I'm sure I had a lot of fun editing that for you guys. What were we talking about? Yeah, Barry, you were saying that you were also kind of more in favor of the debates where you kind of got to
appreciate
hone in on
hard
stance.
topic, but I think I really thrived in the console war thing, choosing the side of PC. I have a big old hatred towards Nintendo now, just for their basic practices. I don't really agree with it, and I feel like their games are just not really getting too good. There's some bangers, there's some that are pretty good, but not enough for me to buy a Switch 2 for city walking around simulator, but there's also Pokemon.
Well, I mean, I'd go anywhere for a Pokemon, frankly. Really, I mean, that feedback's appreciated. Unfortunately, the only episode we did where we tried a secret third option was a Would You Rather, which was the aforementioned Cut for Time episode. That was the only one where we tried something where instead it was Would You Rather, which provided it was a different tone to it, which people liked conceptually. It just so happened that episode got put through the woodcutter. So we'll definitely have more of that in the second season for sure, because it was the concept of it was fun. But it's fun to hear.
I love Would You Rather.
It was a very fun concept, I will say.
It was a suggestion actually from one of our crew, good old Aaron Wood. Aaron, if you're listening to this, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up! Wake up!
Aaron's
Wake
the one
up.
who made me say Baljeet. Aaron had a gun to my head and said, "Say Baljeet," and I was like, "No," and I was crying, and I had to say it.
Okay.
I'm not over the silence that followed that, because I truly was like, that's not.
I was hoping I'd get
It
away
took
with
me a
it.
second, but then
Well, I was like,
I gaslit myself for a moment. I was like, no, they didn't say Baljeet.
well, I guess
No, I said it, and then I was like, "That's wrong." And then I
Yeah.
was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, oh, "Phineas and Ferb." Also, look in the
Well,
chat. I need you to look at him real quick.
Which Big Bang Theory character are you? Personally, I'd be Phineas.
Baljeet? I'd be
Nice.
Baljeet personally.
I'd be Perry the Platypus all
I-
day.
I just gaslit myself in the way of, I was like, oh, that's Phineas and Ferb, but I also haven't really watched Big Bang Theory, so maybe there's just a dude named Baljeet in there.
No, unfortunately not. Anyway, this is the Debaters after show, not the Baljeet incident after show. So let's
Big
keep it
Bang
going.
Theory retrospective.
This is the Baljeet apology.
No, it's
I
not.
have my
I do
ukulele
have-
here.
you can get your ukulele out on your own time. Spencer, what about you? Did you prefer? I know you were also only in 3, so was I. But did you prefer the Would You Rather's or no? Not the Would You Rather's. Did you prefer the this or that's or the what's the best or worst of blank?
Best or worst of was my favorite from a host perspective to watch people because that is one where it's like, hey, pick this or that. It's kind of fun to be like, all right, I'm just gonna choose one, right? Or it's like, are ghosts real? It's like, okay, you can be kind of funny or silly with it. When we were like, what's the best candy? I think God was going to smite somebody. Like, people were getting, like, there was... I like the chaos of those, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No,
like,
I
from my
get that.
perspective. Yeah, it's like, what's the best of this? And that's immediately someone who, since birth, has been like, I'm dying on the hill that this is the best candy. And it's just, and they do, and I think that's beautiful.
I think it's also really fun because I find that style really ups the odds of a team having to fight for something that they did not ask for. Because it's one thing if it's hey, are you team red or team blue, and then it's like your team all votes for red. You could have a chance to be like, oh, I really don't fuck with red. But when it's what's the worst color, and everyone's like, oh, it's orange, and orange is your favorite. Now you're in a worse situation because you have more free will, which means if you get an option you hate, it sucks more. And as a host, I think that's really funny.
I do think the candy one is a good representative of that, only because people were getting into the weeds of what kind of Tootsie Rolls are we talking about, and I was
There's
like,
a
guys,
reason
please.
that was the
It's just
season
Everyone's
finale.
delicious.
I do think that was
the best
the
one.
that episode was the most successful in terms of like actually witnessing rage ensue on the debate stage. It was magical.
Truly.
Now here's a related question then, because I kind of did just answer the question as well to which I prefer. But here's a question of, if any of you had the chance to go a second round on one of the debates that you argued in season 1, which one would you go for? Which debate do you think you still had more to say on?
I feel like I
Definitely the
blacked
console
out.
war.
I think I know. You're not gonna like it though.
Huh, give me a floppy fish and we'll find out.
Floppy fish. Cheesecake. Cheesecake. Once again, cheesecake. I think what I would have to say if I was able to go back to the cheesecake debate with all the same people there and everything, and I think what I would say is, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, shut up, shut up, shut up, you're wrong, you're wrong,
Okay,
you're wrong.
all right. Barry, what was your answer?
The console wars. I did a great job. I am very proud of my arguments. I could yap on and on and on about benefits of PC outside of gaming too, like the art programs that can run on a PC because it has, the capacity.
100p. I think if it, like, honestly, that's one that I wish I would happily do again for season 2, but I would want to actually be debating because that one
Please.
from my side was so
Please.
fun, but like honestly, I'd want to switch it around because you guys chose to represent Steam and Nintendo, so I would love to see what people would come up with for PS5 and Xbox instead. I need to know. There's so much untapped potential and I want to be there, but I'm also in full control of if that happens or not. So,
I'd definitely be on Team PS PlayStation for sure.
perfect.
There's
Noted.
definitely a lot of people
sure you're
who
not on
wanted
that
to
one.
run back.
I
There's definitely a lot of
really-
people who wanted to run it back.
Really am sad I wasn't able to be there for PC versus Nintendo because for the longest time I did all of my gaming on the Nintendo Switch. Because I was like a DS kid, so I was like, new DS, let's go.
To bring back
and
something like the DS.
I started playing Overwatch 2 on the Nintendo Switch, which runs like running a game on like a potato.
Yeah, I
It
was gonna
not
say.
smooth. It was like 30 FPS. It was garbage. And it was rough. It was really rough. And then this year I got a PC and it's really changed my gaming experiences.
Any other big debates that people would have liked to have run back?
I think pizza toppings with like genuine opinions, if that makes sense. Like, because it's easy to say, yo, fuck pineapple on pizza, fuck anchovy, right? Because it's like, okay, yeah,
Facts.
sure, that's a common.
Damn right.
But I want someone to come in and go, guys, I have to be honest, I really hate like onions, like, or like olives, like things that are typically on just like pizzas normally, and someone just comes in with, I really hate pepperoni, guys, I just can't do it.
Damn, that would be wild.
I think that would be interesting, especially because like not to like talk about my partner all the time, but like as doesn't eat red meat, so as can't eat like pepperoni or sausage. So
wait,
obviously,
aren't they colorblind? How can they tell?
Oh
the
my
difference between
God.
pepperoni and sausage.
No, it's a colorblind joke.
It's the darker gray of meat.
Oh my god.
Oh my bad, I was deeply confused.
I know as is not incapable of differentiating their meats. Please continue.
But so like, as a dietary restriction, obviously she doesn't like pepperoni. But I want Az to come in and be like, guys, fuck the tomatoes. Like, I can't do it. Like, I need.
If you say so.
I want. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
I just want
They
any of
vary.
the. I think the pizza toppings. I think the pizza topping one run back with genuine opinions would be great. But I think any of them would also, like, left field. This is just someone dying on a hill would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I'll chime in then, because I had to quickly look back at all the episodes because there was a lot of them. Of the ones I was in, I feel like I could have just gone on more about cats and dogs, but of just a debate that we did that I would like to see redone, and I so badly would want to be in, straight back to episode 1, baby. If aliens came to Earth, I've got an answer.
Oh, I'd love that.
I've got answers. I loved that episode. I think it was so good. It was the perfect candidate to be the series opener. But, I have more questions. And Lex, if you have answers, you were in that episode. But I
wasn't in that episode.
You weren't?
I was not, unfortunately.
What the fuck? You know what?
I would have loved that.
This is a compliment.
Mandela
It
effect.
just felt, in my mind, it feels like an episode that you would have been perfect on. Like, in my heart, I mean that as a compliment.
I feel like, too, when I saw that, I was like, dang.
It's a freaky one. No, you're right.
It is
okay.
a freaky one.
So something, I guess then I can kind of broaden. No, Spencer, you weren't in that either. Okay, great. I can just address the crowd.
No, that's
so,
what I'm saying.
These guys did not get to some of the nitty-gritty details that I needed to know. They talked about some great examples like E.T. and Ben 10's alien transformations, Megamind, but I still need to know more because I want to know who in that episode would have willingly gotten sneaky with a Dalek. I need to know who's like going after Omni-Man, because if so, just let me know when and where, etc.
I'm just saying.
So many iconic pop
Daleks,
culture aliens.
Let's switch out that whisk, baby. Let's change it up.
I mean, what does that plunger do? What is, like,
what does that plunger do?
what that plunger do? Lots of potential that these guys, I fear they didn't truly tap. And listen, the entire
I think we
cast
could
of
use the plunger.
the gems from Steven Universe, they're all technically aliens. So at that point, it's just like, which one?
Garnet, duh.
Jasper.
All
I
respectful
didn't watch
choices.
that show.
That's okay.
Imagine you have sex with one lesbian, but you're actually having sex with two lesbians. Yeah.
What you just said was, imagine I gave you a bowl of ice cream and then I gave you a buffet of your favorite desserts. Like, are you kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah, clearly.
But stuff like that, like genuinely, what I mean is, I'd love to run that one back because I would just love to throw, like as the host, if I were to do that one again, I'd want to throw more pop culture, iconic aliens at them just to see what they come up with, because genuinely I'd love to see that. That the aliens team, they were so cocky with their ET's finger and their Megamind's big blue beautiful face, but I feel like I could have thrown more curveballs, and that's something I would
They
love
should
to
have done
see.
the guys from Aliens in the Attic. That
Ooh.
movie.
I don't remember what they look like, if I'm being fully honest.
It's kind of like your standard little green men design.
Okay, they did
Except they
talk
have
about the
the-
standard little green men, but not specifically aliens in
Oh,
the
I
attic.
have a
remember
question
that
for
movie.
you, Lee.
For me? Wow! Yeah, what is
Yeah.
it?
The silence, would you?
I mean, maybe I did, and I just don't remember.
Oh my god.
Is that how they work in the show? I had to think about it because I was like, I remember what they look like in my mind, but I'm like, are they the ones where as soon as you look away, you don't remember seeing them anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
exactly.
In that case, my joke was perfect and funny and topical. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe if that was like
Ooh, maybe.
in like an alternate universe where I'm like not happily married and I'm like my dating life is terrible and I just like need a hookup that I can forget right after, See, this is why I need to
And
be in
it's
that
silence.
episode. Yes, exactly, because I'll just forget it would be so come on.
Oh, I got another
Yeah.
one. The alien lady from the one Scooby-Doo special.
And you know what, Barry?
you're not-
That's how I know you
I'm
haven't watched all of
not.
season 1, because that was brought
Oh
up.
my god.
That was actually one of the aliens mentioned.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoever said that, you got the right idea.
I feel like it was Aaron.
If anyone has
He was
watched Fifth
Rob.
Element,
I don't believe
I'm just
it.
saying.
I don't think I have.
Okay.
No.
I'm just saying the opera singer. If you know, you know.
Okay. Now, how about they're technically aliens. What about a mind flayer from Dungeons and Dragons? I know you Baldur's Gate fans know what they look like.
No, because you know what? I didn't want to do it the first time.
Now, what do you mean by that? You had sex with a mind flayer?
I played Baldur's Gate. That's spoilers, I guess. That's like a thing in that where like there's an achievement that's literally called Mind Blown. And you fuck a mind flayer. But the thing is, you can choose the mind flayer to not look like a mind flayer. But like either way,
Don't be a coward.
I know there's a druid.
Like, if you're gonna
that's
do it, you might as well go.
Is the achievement for fucking him called bareback or something?
Oh my god, you're talking about my
don't think
husband,
so.
bro.
I don't.
It should have
think
been
that's
called that if there is an
It
achievement.
should have been. There's not an
I
achievement.
love
That's the
Bear
thing.
Man.
That's just a thing that you can do.
That's the thing I'm gonna do.
Yes, Big Bear
And-
Man.
And you have fun with that.
Martian
But
Manhunter?
the mind flayer thing, I'm going no because it. To be fair, in Baldur's Gate specifically, that that character PMO, but in general, they look. Also, like they have like the intellect devours, which are just brains. So I'm like, it just feels like you're gonna be like slimy and gross.
I love intellect devours. I think they're like little puppies, and I like
They're great. I
like-
just don't like.
I actually just got a
exposed
Lego
brains.
version of one of those guys.
No. That's awesome. Are
Well,
you joking
D&D
me?
said-
Yeah, Az got me
Little baby one.
Az got me a whole bunch of the D&D Lego blind boxes, and I got a mind flayer with the whatever you called it, intellect
You're
puppy.
so lucky. You have to give him like a puppy dog name.
Okay. I'll name him Brainy.
Yay!
Princess.
Aw.
Nah, Princess is from something else. Anywho, yeah, so evidently my choice of running back
Whoa!
aliens. No, that was a Gardenia. That was a Gardenia reference. I was just segueing because we've been talking about what aliens we want to bang for a few minutes. Which is just to prove that my answer for which ones we should run back was a good answer. Not approved.
What's your next question, Leaf?
What's yours? That's my question. Oh!
I asked mine, and we weren't allowed to answer it. So,
Oh, we can circle back.
what did you like about us hosting, guys? Like, and I know that sounds like, oh, I want compliments. I want to know. I want to know what was good. I don't know, cause like I want to know if me yelling at you guys was good and fun. That's what I.
From
Oh,
my
yeah, yeah.
experience watching the one episode that I saw you hosting in, because I really got to catch up on the series myself. It was good. Yeah, you did good. I really enjoyed the energy. Same to you too, Leaf.
Why, thank you.
It was a
Leaf
Grendel
has
time.
great energy. Leaf has great energy. It's always so hard when it's like, okay, Leaf hosted all of these, and now I have to come in this fucking loser. Like that's what it feels like. I'm like, fuck.
Spencer, can
With
I give you a
Leaf,
couple? Oh no,
the-
sorry. Go ahead, Lex.
With Leaf, it felt a bit more organized, but with
Correct.
you, it did feel like definitely like chaos, like how you said, where it's really enjoyable because there's so much stupid like stuff being said, and sometimes it even makes you do a double take, which is absolutely hilarious. But the arguing with the contestants, is just like a really silly little thing that I thought was really cute for like the videos.
Yeah, what's crazy is the reason it felt more organized with Leaf is because it was. I wrote the rules and I forget them frequently. Like I am the co-creator of this show. Like Leaf was like, "Hey, what if we made like a rage bait game show?" And I said, "Hey, I made a PowerPoint." Like I like truly was like, "Leaf, look this over and like let me know what you think." And then I made the PDF of the rules, and then immediately as soon as I have to do anything, I'm like, "Guys, I don't know what I'm doing." So my thing was, if I just lean into it really heavily, it's gonna work out.
Hey, for the most part, it cut pretty well. What I was gonna say before Lex said their bit. I was gonna say most of the same. I was gonna say, Spencer, what I really liked a lot about your hosting style is how the rules to you were optional, which I actually
Unfortunately.
I love how Lex put it, because yeah, your episodes are so funny to watch because you're the host who also gets rage baited. Quite
Yeah.
often. We were
Truly.
joking about it earlier in this podcast, but there genuinely could be like a 5-minute cut of Spencer like cussing out Ronnie. There
I I feel like I needed to be bleeped in that episode.
Now-
Like I was not.
Here's the genuine truth. I believe it all came down to method, frankly. I don't think it's that you didn't know the rules. I think it's that every one of my blocks, I would reread them out loud to everybody so that way it was fresh in everyone's minds. So my question is, how many times did you read them?
Oh.
I would like have them up and like a tab on my computer and would frequently sometimes I was like, guys, there's technical difficulties. There was not technical difficulties. That was me deciphering what I wrote. And I was just like, yeah.
I think that is the true magic, because like it would make total sense if like I had written them, so you didn't fully like get what I had written. But no, that was your rules.
That was me.
fully your rules.
There was
No
what
one
was
could
it?
have prevented that.
Yeah, no. Peek behind the curtain. I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it was specifically about ties or something. Somewhat like the way that the game ends, something with that. And it was like I went back, I was like, I need to make sure that I'm doing this like properly. And I went back and read it and I was like, that makes no sense. Like mid-recording, so I'm like, we're gonna figure it out together, guys.
There were
And I
a
don't know if I
bunch
ever
of moments
changed
like
that.
that. I know I definitely
Truly.
there were several moments where like you pretty much said like to the camera, I'm ignoring this rule. It's
Yeah. That's
really
what I
funny.
mean by like sometimes I deeply like I think from episode 1 I went so hard into you know what like because I kind of as a person but Lab Rat specifically like for TCR I try to lean very heavily into like the anarchy like chaotic punk stuff because that is partially me in real life. That's what I like. That's who I am. But I get
Right.
to be sillier with it in this regard. So I think I was like, you know, like what if I just again looking at the brick wall and flooring it. Like Amanda from Smosh just like putting my foot on the pedal and going, this is what we're doing now. And I think and sometimes it works and sometimes I just crash into that brick wall. But either way, it's like fine.
Hey, through the magic of editing, the audience will never even know. Except for the
Truly,
fact that
sometimes I'm
we're
like,
just like confessing it right now on camera.
yeah, but that's like different. And truly, sometimes I'm like, Leaf is gonna fix it in post. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
there were so many times like, can I put you on blast?
I mean, I'm putting myself on blast right
Perfect.
now. I'm a horrible
my God.
person to
Th-
edit.
this after
Save
this
space, save space.
This after show is a peek behind the curtain, so we can talk about things that were cut. But there was like a full moment where I think either the cast had gone overtime or like they ran out of time, and so you offered them more time. You literally said, "I don't give a shit what the rules say. I'm going to give you guys more time." But then they all just said, "No, we're good. Let's hold on to it." And so because nothing came from that,
Oh, yeah,
I
it-
removed that whole chunk.
I
'Cause there
think
was,
I was in that.
there was no point of me
Yeah,
keeping in
no.
you saying you can have an extra minute because they all said no, we don't want it. But then it came back up in a different episode where one of them says, "Can we have that extra minute you owe us?" But they said it like while other people were talking, so I couldn't cut it out. So just out of context, it left this mystery of like, what? When did that happen?
Yeah, so that was also me forgetting that like that time isn't linear. Cuz it was like I was like, "Do you guys want this or do you want to hold on to it?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll just keep it." And I said, "Okay." We just moved on. And I was like, "Wait." And I don't think I ever clocked it that I was like, "That doesn't really work, does it?"
Wow.
But I was just doing stuff.
It's been clocked
honestly-
now.
Yeah, and I do apologize for making your life hell.
Listen here. Tell me this. Tell me what show you've ever seen where the first season was the most polished and perfected. Okay, we live and we learn.
The thing is-
Castlevania.
And you know, I haven't watched that, so I can't argue.
Watch what?
I just know that he was valid.
Wait, watch what? I didn't hear the example.
Castlevania.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen that either. So, but I'll take your word for it. But we're not Castlevania. We're the DeBaiters.
Facts.
No, I was like an awful person to edit, I fear.
You made the editing job more exciting for me. I never knew what I'd be
good. I don't
bumping
know.
into.
I don't know how to feel about that, but like,
Yep.
okay.
I left it.
I
up
do
to
have
interpretation.
one comment about editing, actually.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay.
Compared to the intro's really loud and then the show's really quiet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But
That's
that's
what
like,
we
I don't
call
know.
audio mixing,
You know that.
and
Yep.
it'd be like that.
No, you're right. It's
That's
so
real.
it's yeah. No, that was fully an issue on my part of like after a few episodes, I only then realized that there was like a big disparity because typically I'll hear the intro and then I intro where I'm really loud, but then other people are quiet. So then I forget that the intro is still really loud. It's just that so was I, and then I'd already finished too many episodes with it. So yeah, no, it 100% is. And if you at home were thinking the same thing, I promise I'll fix it. I promise I'll fix it. I also had a ongoing tech issue throughout the entire production of season 1 where all of my audio tracks were getting compressed into one individual track, so I could not fix anyone's levels. Good news is I fixed it. And that should never be a problem again.
Wow.
So help me
What's the
God.
bad news? There's always bad news with good news. What's the bad news?
Oh, Barry, I was going to wait till the end of the recording to tell you.
Oh no.
You're coming back for season 2.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, you're baiting
Hold
me.
on a minute here.
You're baiting
Okay,
me.
and bring in the backup.
Declan! No, I'm just kidding. Safe to assume everyone you see on screen here will be back for season 2, which is in the very early stages of production. We're not going to tell you when it's coming out yet, because it's impossible for us to say, but it is coming, and it will be this year, because we have more debating to do, and we have more fun rules and such. But that's starting to sound like I'm outroing. I'm not, because we still have more secrets to reveal.
I think that we should talk briefly about the art, the assets, the intro art. Like, all of it is so beautiful and so fun, and the aesthetic is so
Facts.
great.
Okay,
Like,
well,
I
we
feel
can
like we
talk
should
about that a
talk
little
about
bit. Now we can, but first,
I
I want to give a
remember
quick
being
shout out.
so big. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I genuinely would love to hear your guys' feedback on like the aesthetic of the art and stuff because
Ghedi, but you
I
gotta
did-
mention Ghedi.
Yeah, exactly. Because I put a lot of thought into everything, but my goat, Ghedi, Straw Bunny, unsung hero, because I had the concept for the set was easy, like super duper, easy to come up with, but like I'm just not really great at backgrounds, and Ghedi has such a knack for rendering, and like seriously, it could not have turned out better. I was blown away. So Ghedi, if you didn't know, did all the actual set, so anything that's not the actual characters. That was all Ghedi. So the podiums, the microphones, the
intro.
curtain, all the everything you saw in the intro. That was animated by me, but all the assets that you saw moving in that was Ghedi. And so Ghedi was a huge help in the art department. So shout outs Ghedi. If you're listening to this,
I love Ghedi.
I hope you're rubbing your
Anytime
belly with
Ghedi
love.
renders anything, it turns it gold.
It's
like,
godly.
honestly.
Godly. It like
Ghedi is literally goated. I love Ghedi.
I think because of like how well Ghedi did like the set, because I did redesign the logo because I was like, God, like I need this logo to look like flashier now because like the set is so incredible. But yes, that's it. I just want to give my Ghedi set now. Tell me what else you guys liked about the designs.
I love how Ghedi turned the like retro like rug kind of look of the vest into like this like crazy like set with like all of, like these beautiful colors and shapes, like really, and especially in the intro, even in this poster behind us, like that's a great example of like the kind of like patterns that Ghedi can bust out for literally just a random background. Ghedi can just like go nuts on it.
So casually.
I love Ghedi. Ghedi is so crazy talented.
Leaf, your assets, always adorable, always amazing. The design choices that you make, even
God, that's
executed
shocking.
partially by others.
The talking
Amazing.
and blinking.
Yeah, I will say DeBaiters I think was like my proudest achievement in just making reactive images like really lively. I was really proud of the blinking and the looking around, which these assets we have right now don't have that, but I wanted the debaters ones to be
staring
as
into your
alive as
fools.
possible, so I'm glad people liked that.
It's really fun. Like, I don't know if we have any footage of it, but people not realizing that they do that, and it's like the little moments of people going, they move. It's so
People keep
fun.
on. Oh yeah, and people criticizing Will for glitching is crazy too.
He can't help it.
Can we? I think that should be our next segment. Can we talk about how Will was himself, and they truly Will could do nothing, and we jumped on him.
Yes, but I want to
And
hear more
honestly-
about the art that you guys
It's
liked.
an easy dub if you throw Will under the bus.
Truly, Leaf, we can get back to your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing art in a little bit.
Okay,
We need to
fine,
talk
because you set me up for some
about how
glaze, so I'm
we-
waiting for it now.
That's what I was talking about. Though, like your assets are truly amazing. Like it was again really fun. Like the colors and everything. I love your style so much. It's so fun, and it helps this show so much. I feel because not that your style isn't like serious or anything, but it does lend to like the cartoon type. We're not gonna hate each other at the end of this debate, and I think your style lends itself to that.
At the end of the day, aren't we
To
all
just
just
be
cartoon
fun.
characters?
For real.
Yeah.
X.
Amazing Digital Circus, episode 7.
You're
What?
so right.
Okay. So you said you were very intentional with all of like the designs and like stuff. I would like to hear more about that, Leaf.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, yeah, actually. I mean, I was kind of making it sound like a bigger than it was, but there was a lot of thought into just like the aesthetic for the show, like what I wanted the pattern to be. And so real Leaf heads will know that there's a little piece of me in all of you, because the pattern
What?
for the show, I phrased that the way I did on purpose. The pattern, the like different the arcade themed thing, is just a pattern that it's not really something that I think represents me anymore, but it was my favorite pattern for a while. Like 2 years ago, my TCR persona had a jacket with that pattern, and that was because I had a jacket with a similar pattern, and because a wonderful friend of mine painted a ukulele for me with that pattern. And I just thought it was so sweet that person
Aw.
thought of me with such like a fun pattern, because when you see those shapes and stuff, it just evokes a feeling of like being at an arcade or being at a bowling alley, and it's fun. So while it doesn't necessarily lean itself into the concept of debate, like a lot of like the fish hook aesthetic and stuff that came later on, but I wanted something that would be eye-catching, which I'm so glad Ghedi helped with so many things, because like the color palette was super simple. Like I just knew it in my soul. I opened a little window, and there was a littler Leaf who said, "Everyone's gonna wear purple," and I said, "Yeah, they are." And the host costumes, easiest thing in my life, right in the key art that I made. Those were down pat, and they like barely changed at all. The contestant outfits was a little more fun because I had a lot of ideas, and we ended up doing a poll. There were 2 other alternate design ideas, but everyone really liked the sweater vest over the dress shirt, so that one I really liked. And then when it came to like I mentioned, the actual fishing aesthetics to it, because that ended up being kind of what we settled on for like iconography and whatnot with the hook and whatnot, that was because of Bateman. Shoutouts to our flopping fish, because what good game show doesn't have a mascot? Honestly, better question. I don't really think I know any game shows that do have a mascot, because the first 2 that come to my head don't. But I knew we needed one, and I knew that he wouldn't talk and all he would do is flop around. But originally, fun fact for you, viewer, Bateman was going to be a worm. Boom.
Oh my
I'm
god.
shooken.
He
I'm
was,
shocked.
and I do like that we got that you got the red herring idea. I think that like
That
from
was-
who gave you that?
Yeah, that was
It was Aaron.
No, that was Ren. That was Ren who
Oh, it was Ren.
in passing was like, what if it was a red herring? And like my jaw like
So smart.
dropped. So like that is brilliant.
Truly
And
surrounded by greatness.
now as for the inspiration behind lobotomizing Bateman with a fish hook, well,
No Bateman
you know,
in the making of this
so
after show.
it's meant to represent how at the end of every episode everyone feels lobotomized.
Truly.
True.
Or the beginning and throughout the entirety of the episode, I apparently was lobotomized because I don't know my own rules.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I feel like deeply bad about it. Like it's fine now because like the season's over. We can't really go back.
Your
but I
sins
do
have caught
feel
up
bad
to you.
about
It's
it.
okay.
It's okay.
That's-
I ascribe to statute of limitations on all things, as I can be embarrassed about it, but at a certain point, it's like, all right, if I can burn a house down in my state and like not go to jail after a period of time, I think I can like let it go.
Yeah, you can forget a rule
How
or
many
two.
fires have you committed? How many counts of arson?
So anyway, the
fire.
thumbnails, someone mentioned those, and in reference to Didi. Didi actually didn't do
Yes.
anything for the thumbnails on those, but Didi
No,
did make
but I want
the
to talk about your
background
thumbnails.
pattern. They were really fun and silly to do. My goal with the thumbnails was to make sure that every single one, I wanted everyone who was in the show to be featured on at least one thumbnail. And from there, some were really easy to come up with, like the first one with Ghedi's I Heart Aliens shirt. Some were a bit trickier, and I had to kind of improvise, like Barry and Mel fighting over the channel for overrated sitcom. And some of them, it was 1 a.m. The episode was meant to come out the next day, so I drew Declan as a baby.
I was about to say the holiday
That was
one.
crazy.
Peak.
That ended up being one of my
Your thumbnails were
favorites.
so fun.
Because I tried, like, it just happened with the amount of people we had on the show that there would be a couple people who would be in more than one thumbnail. But I wanted to make sure that when you saw that person again on a thumbnail, they were doing something interesting. And so, literally, I was doing the thumbnail. I was like, I don't just want to draw Declan again. And I was like, I got it. I'll make him a baby. And
Make him a baby.
so
Make him a
Baby.
cherub.
I did that without asking him, because why would I ask him? But then I saw him in person like a couple days later, and I was like, Declan, did you like the new thumbnail you're in? And I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of, oh God. And I watched him
Yeah.
and Eva open the YouTube channel and go. And to my surprise, he loved it. He loved it. So I'm thinking that for
What?
season 2, Declan will just always look like a baby.
Yes, make his ass out a baby.
You know,
Alright.
Sit on the counter, not even like sit by it.
you know, in his final episode, he was called out for whining the whole time. So maybe it's
Booster seat jail.
By who? Wait.
by Zeph and Ryan, because he kept fighting with his
Right,
own
that's awesome.
team, and yeah, and when they were voting, Zeph was like, "I'm for Declan," and he was like, "What whine?" They were like, "Because you were whining the whole time," and he was like, "Who was whining?" And Ryan goes, "You were," and not even on
Oh
the
yeah, I
same
remember.
team.
Sat in on that one.
Yeah, that. Oh
Declan
yeah.
episodes were so fun.
Oh, I forgot, Bear. You were backstage. You were backstage with me pulling the curtains.
Yeah.
Yes. This is
Declan
true.
episodes are so fun. I truly think there are some people throughout the series that just, not that everyone like didn't get it, but you ever see someone and you're like, oh, they locked into this concept immediately.
Yeah. No,
And I
100%.
think Declan is one of those people.
All guests are equal and beloved, but you have
Yes.
the Declans who came in and knew exactly how to piss everyone off, and then you had the Seans
Mhm.
who would text me each round to be reminded on what a baiter is supposed to do.
I just didn't really have it in my heart to
On blast.
really bait people per se.
I don't
Lead
think
with
others.
Ray, yes.
It's okay. I wrote the show and I didn't want to be a baiter. I was so scared, but Lex and I, we pulled it out.
I was so excited,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I found out about myself from the episodes that I do that, you know, I can't even blame Sean, because Sean just always sounds like a baiter, and I get it, because I found that I'm the same. And that's mostly because when I'm on a side I don't believe in, I just sound sarcastic because I don't believe it. But I listening back, I was like, I genuinely was like, wait, I'm the baiter in this one too? But like, no, I was not. So I found that I just, I sound a little baity sometimes, and that's okay. It's okay to bait.
I do think that was
Just make
you
sure you
had
do it a
Will
healthy
syndrome.
amount.
Like
Oh yeah, sorry.
that's what I'm gonna call it now.
Honestly, unless you guys like have anything else to say about the art, we can go to your preferred tangent, which is talking about the William slander.
It is crazy. I guess final thing about your thumbnails, even though we could talk about them forever, is your poses and stuff are always, across all your art really, are always so fun and
shucks.
just good. Like even the poster in the background here. Like look at your little
I gotta say,
also
I need that.
dynamic.
Really good poser.
I need that on my wall, because I genuinely, that's like one of the.
Literally.
I don't know how I'm gonna top that for season 2, because I was so proud of that, like the poses and the.
You can do
expressions.
it. I know you
It looks so
can.
good.
You're gonna
Thank
crush it.
you. Aw.
You're so good at
You
like
gotta
the
have
facial
someone's butt
expressions.
cheeks showing off.
I'll consider it.
Thank you for your suggestion.
That was
But I
big,
do
right?
think like your thumbnails are really, really good and your poses are very fun. And I think that you're gonna continue to just do more amazing and awesome things, especially in season 2. It's gonna be great.
Oh gosh, if my asset could blush, it would be.
Alright, and now I'm gonna talk about how everybody hates Will. So
Yeah, so when I was 3 years old, Will Smith Blythe killed my family dog, and ever since then I've had a personal vendetta against him.
it was, as a player and as a host, it was truly fascinating to see like host, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I literally think there is an episode where I look and I go, Will, I don't really know what you did, but they don't like you. So, well, I don't think I said that exactly, but I think there is an episode where I point out where I'm like, and they, yep, here we go again. Like,
one of my favorite clips when I was going back to just like grab easy ones for social media, because sorry kids, that's the system these days, where Ronnie is like, yeah, I'm voting for Will, and Zeph is flabbergasted. They're like, you're voting for him again? And that's the clip where Ronnie goes on to say that he's just committing robot on robot violence.
Why do you think it's Will again?
Yeah, I'm robophobic.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're a robot.
I mean, your minute is up, but
You have circuit.
your minute is in
Yo.
fact up, so I.
But like, it was so much that other players were like, you can't be serious. Like, you can't actually think it's Will again.
And it was truly like, I think everything that Will was in, he got voted. Generally, if Will was in it, he got voted. He wasn't usually the baiter. Like, he was not like a common.
He was not often the debater, yeah.
We weren't just
Or
throwing Will
debater.
to the wolf. It was just I don't know if it's just because Will's got heaters
Does he
though.
have
Like sometimes he's very quiet and then he just comes in with something and everyone goes, "What?"
Yeah.
Sometimes Will just has awful takes.
Yeah, well, like when he said that
The
Pibble
sad
was
thing is-
irrelevant.
Sometimes he truly just come in with his genuine opinion and people think he's baiting, and I love that for him. Oh, I'm throwing things. But like, what was it? I think it was not holiday season, and we were talking about, because we got into I think I got into it with Az over the sand and leaves thing, where Will just had a genuine opinion and everyone was like, no, he's lying, there's no way he believes this.
Or when he said that
It was
winter
because he
was the
liked
best
winter.
season. Yeah.
And I think he's done that more than once, where he bears his soul to the world and we all say no, and you know what, and he keeps on going.
And that falls back to why the
King.
like broad concept ones are so fun, because like your team can genuinely be deciding that like spring is true, but like when you're Will and you actually just like winter, your team's like, oh, okay, well, you're the baiter then. But like, no, Will just has bad opinions and that's okay.
I think
It's-
that the MVP of the first season of Debaters has to be Will.
Just for what he endured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What he
put him
endured.
through the ringer.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I
guys.
Just for being like the scapegoat.
Right. Actually, okay. So that Will reminds me also back to other moments of Spencer's host quirks, was actually a moment. And okay, triple whammy. Okay, this is relevant to Will, Spencer's host quirks, and
Oh Lord.
the DMs that went unseen, because during one of the episodes that I was in, it was the one that me and Lex were the baiters in. Lex actually sent me a DM of frustration because Spencer, you were so fed up with people voting for Will that you started to defend him, which like kind of goes against the point of the game.
It does, but
And rules him
true.
out. And like Lex texted
definitely
me
would
and was
not
like,
agree.
"What is he doing? Why is he defending Will? Because we were the baiters." And so that you were helping them narrow it down. So yeah, that was a moment where I like laughed out loud so hard because I was like, "Yeah, what is bro doing? Don't save his ass. Let him suffer."
Yeah, truly, I think it was a moment of weakness where I'm looking at this and going, he really just is
No,
here.
That was a moment of you being a good friend for Will. But for the love of the game,
Yeah.
don't help him. Let
I
him.
really like
Yeah, I was
as a
pissed.
supposedly neutral party. I should not have, but it is. I was just like, damn, we really just be just hating on him. Like it was just so funny because he'd just be there and he was just honest, or he would just like he'd just be arguing. He's playing the game and everyone was just like, no, it's this guy, and I was like, what'd he do?
If it makes
And
anybody
then I
here,
play and I'm like, you know.
anyone who's been feeling bad for Will, I hope you know. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but I have a debate planned for season 2 that is catered to Will specifically. Like if Will can't make it that day, we're not doing that one, and
I love that.
you will be satisfied. It is a. I would say that it's like an act of redemption, but it's. I'm doubling down. It's season 2. We're doubling down.
Can we make a little like MVP frame and put Will in there?
I'm
That'd
thinking
be
maybe an MVP cage, that we'd lower down onto the
MVP
stage.
punching bag.
Yeah, there
Or
we go.
we put him inside a cage and
we
hit
lower
him
into
with
Bateman's
sticks.
tank.
Oh God. Except instead of Bateman, it's Bateman's like radioactive piranha cousin.
Chad.
But we'll save that for another season.
Anyways.
Yeah, Will went through
Or
it.
confirmed.
I kind of wish that Will was here because that would actually be so fucking funny.
I wish. Well, there will be more Will. I can promise this. He can't get away from
There
us
has
that
to
easily.
Where there's a will, there's a will.
I would love for there to be 1v1s, like, in DeBaiters. And I think it'd be really funny if 2 DeBaiters were put up against each other in an episode for
Oh,
a
that'd be
1v1.
cool.
Spencer, we aren't allowed to react to that suggestion for legal purposes.
Oh, I think you guessed something.
Wait, what was the suggestion?
Oh,
I don't know if I fully
Tyler.
understand.
Exactly.
Good.
I pretend I have
and
like
I'm
a
just
folder in
saying
my
right
hands.
now-
It's like confidential, and I'm putting it under my shirt.
As baiter or not, please put me in the ringer against Barry.
You go down.
Yeah, no, that's happening. That's happening. 100%.
That would be so awesome.
There were so many wonderful
there's
pairings.
just- I think it would be really awesome because a lot of people tend to not get an opportunity to talk, such as I'm pretty sure I talked over Eva like a million times and I feel so bad. When I'm passionate about a topic, I tend to just like, I'm going to talk the loudest, I need to be heard. And I forget, hey, I'm not going to solve the problem of like finding debater if I am just yapping. So like a 1v1 will give the people who haven't gotten an opportunity to talk as much a chance to take the stage.
All I can say is stay tuned for season 2.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say too, I talked over a lot of people for sure, whether intentionally or not.
It's
There was
honestly.
some people where I didn't feel like they were gonna make a good argument.
I'm sorry, but your opinion
That's
is
wild.
Your argument
Okay.
is valid,
And
your
when I say
statement
that
is
I
wrong.
think that someone wasn't gonna make a good argument, I'm talking about Az. I talked over
That's
Az
crazy.
intentionally.
In podcast past,
That's
we've
another
we've
one.
had a moment of like appreciation for Az, so I think it's only fitting that we turn it around and give a moment of slander for Az.
As someone who spends much of their free time with that person, and I love them very dearly, I think Az has partial will syndrome, but like in an aggressive format.
I like that you've coined it will
Whereas-
syndrome.
Acute
Well,
willitis.
because
Will syndrome.
I think it's just funny to call it that.
Like
But it's
conjunctivitis.
like where Az is just yeah, we're like Az,
Instead of punchable
like
face,
Will.
it's votable entity.
It's just like Az is the same thing Will does. Where like they're both just there and they just give their opinions, but Az is like will die on every hill, and I love that.
Az has no
I-
soft opinion.
No, and it's crazy too because Az will die on every hill and also does not care.
And that's the beauty.
It's yeah, truly, people have layers. That's crazy. But I do, yeah, it's very funny to watch your partner get slandered on the internet by several people as soon as they say anything.
When you come on to DeBaiters, you have to know that you are either going to have to be ready to die on a hill or to kill someone on it. And you might not get to choose which one that's going to be until the gun's in your hands.
Until
Damn it, Bobby, I'm king of the hill.
Or you can do what Noi does, and just hold the gun to yourself and do a coin flip instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old roulette.
That is a fun
Yeah, when we had to
tidbit.
add a
Yeah.
rule halfway through this season.
We had to cut down on people not playing the game and letting their votes be fully up to chance. The first few times, Ryan's wheel, roll of a dice, but it got to a point where people would only vote through sheer randomness, which kind of makes everyone's efforts to try and blend in a little redundant. So we had to intervene.
I like that. Stand up to them. No union.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys tried to unionize against me, so
That was funny. That
True,
was funny.
That's true.
I think
I-
there is clips of that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that made it
You
in.
got,
I want to
like,
vote for
90%
Spencer.
I think one
Hackers.
clip that I pulled out and like I held on to because it was so funny, but I just didn't want to keep it in the episode, was where Ronnie, like you were beefing with the whole cast, and Ronnie goes, "There's 8 of us and only one host," and then you got really pissed at that.
And I think I just started yelling at Ronnie. I think that's where I had to like pause the recording and goes, "Guys, can I say clanker?" Like,
I'll be
It was-
honest. I'm very good at holding in like my anger and stuff. I'm not really easy to rage bait. Ronnie makes me so angry. Like
Aw.
Ronnie actually made me so annoyed sometimes
Oh, I
because
should've brought
Ronnie
Ronnie.
would just like jump in and clown around no matter like baiter or not. And sometimes I just wanted to be like, "Oh, you're throwing."
We had a few players like that, and honestly, I can't say I hated the pot getting stirred, because from the host perspective, when you know who's fucking up to this shit, and so then you see assholes fucking like just screwing around who aren't the baiter, I gotta be honest, I got a few chuckles. I think it was the candy episode where Ryan confessed to specifically baiting Declan just to piss off Declan. She wasn't the baiter at all. But you know that very much rides the line of, okay, make sure you're actually playing the goddamn game though.
but sometimes it is too good. Like you guys do it to me in real life all the time. I'm
It
very
doesn't
easy to
take
rage
much.
bait. So
All you gotta do is
No.
put Spencer behind the wheel and then you're good. Debaters
Guys don't
season
ever
2
go on a long
on the
road trip with
road.
me. Let me host while driving.
Oh God, I don't want you to get into an
My
accident.
gosh.
I
Yeah,
don't have to look at anything while I'm driving.
I don't know.
Wait, you in
I
the
just
car-
feel like bagged milk will get
think
brought
it
up
would
and
be
you might just take it out on
distracting.
the nearest pedestrian. It's my concern for other people less than it is for you.
That's a debate next season, but you forcibly make me the host instead.
That
would be the true. Because if you think about it, because like the debate of like is bagged milk valid or not, the answer is no. But like
What?
the
But
tr-
then I
it
don't even need
So cheap.
that episode.
No,
Wouldn't
the issue
need
is-
baiters because all I gotta do is just let people make arguments peacefully, and you'll get so aggravated.
it turns into a Jubilee video, one guy versus bagged milk. But no, Lex, for reference, I don't know if you were here when this happened. Az and I, lore, this was a topic that I think Az basically banned in the TCR server because we had a discussion, sort of argument, not really about it, and I cried.
What?
I don't know why. To this day, I can't tell you why I got so up in arms over it. That Az literally went to TCR and said, "Hey, please don't bring up bagged milk about Spencer. It's like really upsetting."
Oh my god.
So, Debaters Season 2 Jubilee Edition, where it's me versus everyone in TCR, and I just get rage baited over bagged milk. I hate bagged
It's
liquids.
so cheap. It's so cheap. That's my
and
only
it's-
argument.
it's
Is it's so
affordable.
cheap.
No,
And
Lex,
as
Lex,
someone who's
save it for season 2. Save it for season 2.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
all right, is there anything else specifically that you guys want to talk about? Like any other little things or little anecdotes?
Actually, I do want to touch on one part, another behind the scenes aspect that the viewers at home would have really no kind of grasp at what goes on, because let me tell you, everyone here right now, we are all Dungeons and Dragons players, Dungeon
Facts.
Masters players,
Oh yeah.
which means we have been through some shit in our lives involving the greatest D&D monster that there is through every single book, system, etc. Scheduling, okay?
Scheduling.
It's hard to schedule
Jesus
people.
Christ.
So, when DeBaiters spawned my little heart, and I teamed up with my most malicious little teammate, Spencer, to create it into a game. I decided, it'd be great. Minimum 9 people on set for every goddamn episode. Because it just...
Jesus Christ.
4 people on each team just seemed like a good amount. But I will say, so again, the Dungeons & Dragons bit was to establish that I've been through some rough scheduling things before. But scheduling 9 people for each episode was a little tricky. Now, obviously, or maybe not obviously, we didn't do each episode one recording session at a time. We did them in blocks, which is why you'll notice certain episodes have identical casts, just with switched up teams a little bit. That was kind of how we made the magic work. But, the hassles, because we had so many contestants who were from different time zones. I think the worst one we ever had to do actually was the first one, episode 1, that had the aliens episode. We had Ghedi, our beloved friend, who lives out in California, which from the bulk of our cast who live in Eastern Standard Time, that's 3 hours behind. And then we also had Ayla, Etherius from TCR, who lives in Australia, which is like 13, 14 hours ahead. So we had to make like a total spanning like 16-hour gap from Sean all the way to Ayla line up to work for a 3-hour recording period. And we fucking did it, which is why I know that I can schedule anything. Booyah! If I can do that, there's nothing I can't handle. But it was rough. Most of the episodes you saw, I think actually almost all of them, at least one person who was on that set was not meant to be there originally and was a sub-in. So many times. It happened every single episode. Usually it was just one person. But I'm pretty sure like the final block we did, we had 2 sub-ins. It got crazy. But again, we did it, and it actually didn't delay our production schedule really at all. But it was,
Which is awesome.
a little bit of a nightmare.
A little bit. I will say on that note too, it is really funny. Because Leaf and I are the creators and stuff, and the people who are doing the hosting and scheduling, and mostly Leaf because I'm pretty useless, as we've established.
Okay, all right,
But-
that's a little harsh. I'm not gonna let you beat yourself up
you-
that much.
You truly do so much though, and it's insane. But it was just like, even just trying to schedule me and like one other person. It's all right. Here's my work schedule for 2 weeks. Because quick reminder, guys. Maybe not so obviously, maybe obviously to some of y'all, we don't get paid for any of this. We don't make money off any of these channels. This is free time, and because we enjoy it.
And free time is
So
a
to get
goddamn
people-
resource, baby.
I was actually offered a
Truly.
pretty big hefty sum in a contract, so
Wait, by who?
I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Don't
Bateman.
worry about
Wait,
that.
Do not sign
Are we
anything.
actually paying Barry?
I signed away my soul.
No, don't sign anything. Oh, yeah, no.
I just made a little contract.
If Bateman
I really
asks
don't-
for
I
your
really thought it was
soul,
fine.
that's kind of on you.
Find out in the next TCR mini comic. So, but
Where I
truly,
take Barry's soul.
truly, but it's just, scheduling is hard. But I don't know. Shout out to everybody who joined us. Barry, all of our guests included. That was free time, and it was a fun game show and stuff. But like, truly, thank you for like you could have been doing anything else. Ghedi and Ayla, 15 to 18 hours apart, could have truly been doing anything else and like living life, and they sat and they said, I'm gonna make this work.
I mean,
And I think that's beautiful.
I'm gonna dig in on that one, not getting into too many details because it's not my story to tell, but that literally like was a case where Ghedi showed up for their first block and actually had an emergency going on in their life. Wasn't for them, obviously, but like there was an emergency in their life, and they told me about that. And so they said to me, I'll just play the first round and then dip. And like, to anyone, not a single person was like, no, you absolutely need to do at least one. That was just Sean being like, no, I said I'd be there, so I'll play the first round and then dip if that's okay. And I was like, you shouldn't be here at all. It's your time to manage. So literally we had people like really bending their personal schedules to show up. So we appreciated everyone who was punctual
And hey, Sean, you don't need to do that. If there's an emergency, fucking leave. What are you?
Sean knew what they were doing. Listen, Sean knew that there was an argument to be made about E.T.'s finger, and that took precedent.
Real.
But yeah, we also had a lot of our fantastic players who were locked and loaded to sub in an emergency. Like, we had one instance where we just had someone go completely MIA. We had no idea where they were, if they were okay, if they had slept in, if they had been kidnapped, and good old Lex over here swooped in at the last moment.
It was truly so often where it was Leaf and I in our little office going, holy shit, what do we do? What do we do? And it's like everybody's showed up, like we're literally trying to record, and we're like, text Lex every time. It just went back to, is Lex available?
I
was
will.
like,
I was
list
able
of
to do
people.
it.
Now,
You were.
I'm always planning my steps ahead. I will say the last sub out I ever had to do, I had one person who had like expressed desire to be in more episodes. I was like, I'm so sorry, we've already casted the last block. There's like kind of like it. Unfortunately, you're just not going to be in that one just yet. But if we have a sub in, I can come to you. And they were like, yes, please. And I was like, okay, amazing, you got it. But I had a hunch. I opened that little door in my soul that I mentioned earlier, and the tiny leaf said, they're not gonna be ready. So I then went to the next person online and was like, hey, if this person doesn't respond me day of, are you good? And they're like, yep. Day of came. Person A, hey, you good? 6 hours later gets to me, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I booked my day up fully. And I said, I know. I genuinely said, I knew you would. And then I went to person B and was like, get in here, we need you. So I learned to always have a backup and a backup to my backup.
Truly. But yeah, no, and but everyone who showed up, thank you so much. And everyone who had stuff happen in their lives and maybe couldn't show up for a block or two.
Yeah,
Most
fuck
of you
you.
are
Just
forgiven.
kidding.
I said most, and they can decide who they are.
Oh my gosh.
Me stirring the pot. What else is new? But
Drama.
no, it was.
Okay, wait till we're back on the set of the Raid show, okay? I think as far as like introspective things we can say about like behind the scenes from you and I, we've kind of tackled most of them. So unless Barry or Lex, you had any other like stories or thoughts that you want to share, we can get ready to close the curtain on this retrospective.
Is
I
there
mean, all I
any-
can say is that I was a big old ball of nerves before popping into the VC. The nerves vanished, and then in for a penny, in for a pound. I did all 3 blocks and had a good time.
And you're fucking awesome. And that's exactly why we're going to see you in season 2.
Who's awesome?
Wait, what did I say? Get out of my head! Get out of my head! Any other final thoughts from you, Lex?
Nope. Head
Spencer?
empty.
Leaf, is there anything we want to sneak peek about season 2 before we go?
Okay. If you're listening to this right now, we're about to give you the biggest possible scoop. That's right, even before our hot scoopers can get to it. Season 2 of DeBaiters is going to feature... Get baited. Fuck you. No, all I can say is that DeBaiters Season 2 is in production. Get ready for more guests, new rules, exciting new twists, familiar faces, new faces, lost faces.
Reina season 2?
Maybe.
Maybe. Good luck.
Perhaps.
No, that's all I got. All I would really say is if you're someone who clicked on this podcast because you watched DeBaiters and wanted to learn a little bit more, I hope this was satisfying for you. I hope you learned some cool stuff. And I really hope that everyone enjoyed DeBaiters. I talked about this a little in the hot scoops that Patrick and I did for DeBaiters, but like the entire project of season 1, conception, April 4th, 2025, to premiere day, October 17th, 2025. It was only 6 months. So what I kind of want to pull from that is just the message of like, if you have an idea one night where you're like, it would be so much fun to make a game show where I make my friends torment each other, do it. Open that little door in your heart because the little you's gonna say do it. And most importantly, that silly little gay guy who lives with your spouse, ask him to help you make the rules. He'll do a great job, and then he'll forget most of them when it comes to actually recording. but it will still be worthwhile. No, but seriously, it took a mountain, as anything with TCR does, to create the Debaters season 1. But I'm so glad we did. It's like one of the most like high, for how high effort it was. It was actually like record breaking how fast we turned it around, which is why I'm so excited that the people who participated in it loved it so much. And so I really hope you at home loved it. The message there was pretty much, if you have a great idea, do it. Literally do it. Surround yourself with people who will nurture those ideas so that way you can do it. Make a game show where you piss people off. But I just want you to know that there will be more, and there will be more soon. So stay tuned. That's my
And if we
final
didn't,
thought.
as I cut Leaf off for the not final time, it will happen every time. Sorry, Leaf.
I was done my thought. You're good.
Okay. I was like, and just as a final thing, if this wasn't for some reason to you crazy people not satisfying, or you still want to know something, leave your questions just in the comments.
Seriously.
We can respond, or maybe there'll be in the next after show. We'll have things. If you have questions, ask us. We love questions.
Ask us. Comment below if you'd like to see a behind the scenes segment for season 2. I know a lot of really great shows that do that. I'm not afraid to admit it, because if we're talking about Debaters, it's our first game show project. Of course, I was inspired by the fantastic folks at Dropout.tv. And I know that's something they do, is that they do a little behind the scenes for every single episode they put out of their game shows. So if you want to see us
I love Dropout.
continue to copy their formula, comment below. Sam
Like
Reich.
We're going till we get a
Video.
cease and desist, baby.
Sorry, let me hold the mic real quick
From
here.
Sam Reach, please.
Samuel
Sam, give us it.
Dalton Reich. I am speaking to you. If you're not Sam Reich, you don't need to listen to this. Please come on our game show. Please, you devil of a man. That's all. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
It's real. Roll credits.
Okay, well, we can do a proper outro. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much to Spencer, Lex, and Barry for coming on. And thank you, Leaf, as well. Anytime, Leaf, for chatting all about season 1 of the Debaters. As we said, we hope you learned something. Or maybe we hope you didn't. You'll never know if we were baiting you or not. Thanks for tuning into this after show. We'll either see you at the next one, or even better, we'll just see you at season 2 of the Debaters. And with that, we'll part you a floppy fish goodnight.
Floppy fish.
Floppy fish.
Good night.